Good evening and welcome to the Hometown News TV. I'm John Young.
And I'm Laura Young. And in this week's Hometown News, we have Harvey McKay. A new year brings change. Tom Keene, The Good Old Days. His article this week is on soap. Dave says, having a father-in-law start a business and listing his daughters as part of the owners, the business failed and now he's being sued by creditors. And are the daughters in trouble? The second article is a couple that both lost their jobs while they were busy paying off debt. This week's upcoming events, we have the Lawn Prairie Chamber Orchestra will be holding their Farewell Come For on Sunday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, with a social hour and concert at the Lawn Prairie Grey Eagle High School. It's New Year's Eve, so check out all the advertisements in the Hometown News for places to dine out and for entertainment. This week's obituaries include Francis William McDonald, age 85 of Sauk Center, died Wednesday, December 20th. Services were held today, Thursday, December 28th at St. Paul's Catholic Church in Sauk Center. Sylvia M. Schulzenberg, age 87 of New Munich, died Saturday, December 23rd. Services will be held at 11 a.m. Friday, December 29th at Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in New Munich. Harvey Hadrich, age 74 of Holdingford, died Monday, December 25th. Services will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday, December 30th at the Church of All Saints, St. Mary in Holdingford. Florence A. Flossie Brugman, age 91 of Sauk Center, died Friday, December 22nd. Services will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday, December 30th at St. Paul's Catholic Church in Sauk Center. For the full obituary write-ups, check out this week's Hometown News. For this week's Hometown News photos, we have ice fishing enthusiasts on Hunters Bay is our front page photo this week. Our Minnesota Through the Lens photo was taken by Liz Hughes of a sunrise on Big Birch Lake. The Grey Eagle Swanville Knights of Columbus held their annual raffle drawing. Paul Ketter from Upsala won the grand prize of $500. The Grey Eagle Swanville Knights of Columbus held their annual Christmas party and they presented Years of Service Awards. The Slewfoot Family Band performed at the Grey Eagle Senior Center for their annual Christmas party. Swanville Lions Club members presented Joyce Johnson a memorial gift of Dwayne's Lions shirt. The Swanville Lions Club donated $4,000 to support the Morrison County Junior Achievement Programs for local students. Mark Primus of Bertram was the winner of the Christmas package given away at the Freeport Farm Center. Swanville Junior High Student of the Month for December went to Kylie Karst. Swanville Senior High Student of the Month for December went to Alita Sherping. For this week's birth announcements, Ava Rose Bertram was born to Lisa and Christopher Bertram of Holdingford on December 14th. Melanie Carolyn Freeler was born to Vanessa Herdering and Greg Freeler of Grey Eagle on December 22nd. The Melrose City Minutes can also be found in this week's Hometown News. This week we had an interesting letter to the editor that was submitted by Diane Rohde, and I want you to take a look at the pictures here. She happened to be at a basketball tournament at the Sauk Center Gymnasium. One of the players that ended up hitting the wall behind the basketball hoop, he ended up obviously getting hurt. The other end of the gymnasium, there was a row of 12 of the safety mats.
It's really surprising in this day and age that you have all this concern for concussions and the concern for different injuries. Mm-hmm. And that's what they have. How could they have just a couple of mats there? That just doesn't make absolutely any sense. Some schools have got 4-inch mats back there. I mean, you almost want to go and lay and take a nap up against those. So definitely a concern, and hopefully they'll get that fixed in Sauk Center.
Well, and looking at the photo, it looks like the reason why they didn't continue with the mats is because of the light switches, which on some gyms, they're in the little area when you come into the gym, so they're not on that wall. But we've seen many of schools where they've had the mats and you just cut that area out so the light switches are exposed, but yet the kids can stay safe.
professionally cut out, of course, not something we're in there with our little sawzall, but it can really look nice if they're done properly. It's just unfortunate that they haven't gotten those things in there and that the kids are playing and someone could get really hurt.
Another interesting feature in this week's Hometown News was submitted by the Stearns County Sheriff's Department, and we've all heard about the grandson in jail scam. The sheriff's report actually went through, there was a couple incidents recently that just happened again, and unfortunately the elderly couple fell for it. The scammers are very good, and I would highly recommend that you check out the article because it kind of goes in depth of how they kind of
work a person.
Yeah.
Really, there's no other way to describe it besides they're going to work a person, and they will do things. They can find out just a little bit of information about you, and that maybe not for this specific scam, but they can find out. The other day, we researched for someone. We were wondering how old were they. You type their name in a city, and by gosh, you can find out who they are, where they live, age. You can find out who they're related to. So it really, in some cases, would be very easy to say, "Hey, this is so and so." I mean, what are they out? The worst thing you can do is hang up on them, and then they'll try someone else. So they're going to try it, and hope to be able to get money from you so that they can get out of jail.
Well, and they really play off of your emotions. The grandson supposedly was out of state in California, but they really lured that how he was so scared. He didn't want his parents to know, and it was all supposed to be done in secrecy. And it's just really kind of an interesting story to kind of read. It's kind of a short story, but I highly recommend it so that way you can maybe save other people who might fall victim of a scam like that.
So this week we got to experience our first 20 below temperatures. There were some reports earlier this week of overnight lows between 22 and 24 below. And as exciting as that is, I think we've got a little bit colder coming up this weekend.
When I was pulling the temperatures off, we're supposed to get about 23 below both Saturday and Sunday with a high of 11 below. So for all of our snowbirds who went south and are sunbathing on a beach,
we're thinking of you.
Yeah.
Now that's 24 or 23, 24 below they're predicting today. When they were predicting the temperature overnight a couple of nights ago, when it did get down to 20 some below, they were predicting about 15 below. So it'll be interesting. It could be a really cold weekend. If it hits 30 below, we're taking that pot of boiling water outside and we're going to shoot the video of the water basically exploding when it hits that cold air. We did that I think 2 or 3 years ago. We were able to do that video, but last year it didn't quite get down. You have to get 30 below to make this work. So we're hoping if we're going to get cold, we might as well go all the way to 30 below and have some fun with it.
Our daughter might get excited with starting to make her own snow because we have the cold. She likes to sled. She likes to do all those different things, but we'd have no snow. So it's been kind of a disappointing Christmas break, I think, for the kids.
She'll be out there with her squirt gun on Sunday. Frozen!
Throw it at the dog.
It seems the lakes are pretty much safe to get out on. It. As I was driving around today, we were seeing ice or fish houses everywhere, and then there were vehicles out there. I've got a picture from the North Shore of Big Birch Lake here. There were some full-size vehicles out on the ice, which is surprising. I didn't think the ice would be that thick this quick, but I suppose we've had some really cold weather, and it doesn't take much for that ice to get thick enough for a vehicle.
And it's interesting because we've had, while I was out en route also today, Kings Lake, Long Lake, all the lakes in the area seem to be starting to take over with the fishermen.
I'm guessing it's because it's our first really day above zero this week. Otherwise, every day it seemed to be so cold. Of course, the wind is coming out of the east, and we have this different thing coming around, and the wind's changing directions, and the front is coming through or snow coming through tomorrow night. So maybe the fish are biting here for a day or so, and then it's going to get super cold, and I don't think they'll be moving this weekend that much.
I haven't heard if the fish are really biting, but I was wondering if they were just wanting to go feed the fish.
I think they're optimistic. The reports that I had from last weekend were that things weren't moving, but we also had that super cold temp come through. So today might have been a good opportunity to catch something. If nothing else, it was a nice day to get outside. As our littlest one said, I need to go out and get some air. Well, that pretty much wraps up our show for tonight. Remember that this weekend is New Year's Eve weekend. Sunday night, kind of an odd night to go out and party, but Sunday night will be New Year's Eve. You can check this week's Hometown News for some of the dining specials and some of the entertainment that'll be happening Sunday night in our area.
And remember, you can always sleep in on Monday, because I don't think many places are open on Monday. So,
thank you guys for watching. I'm John Young.
And I'm Lori Young.
With the Hometown News TV.
Good night.